Right, hi, I'm Mark from 11 Media.
And I'm Lane, also from 11 Media.
Right, we are bringing you another Dresden File review. We are starting from the beginning.
After we did like four or
After
five.
we've done like 4 or 5 of them. We are doing Stormfront, the very first book, which for some reason we never got round to doing.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
It's a weird one. But right, this is the very first book in the Dresden Files. It is the one that started them all, and it was amazing.
Ah, yes. Oh, it also, like, suffices to say for the whole series, like, this is the worst book in the series, in my opinion, and it's an amazing book. It's one of my all-time favourite books, so
there we go. So the worst book in the series also happens to be one of the best you've ever read.
Yes.
Well, that says a lot for the rest of them. Right, so, let's give them a brief summary of this book.
Okay, brief summary of this book. Harry Dresden, wizard in Chicago, private investigator.
In the Yellow Pages.
Yes, in the Yellow Pages. He's the only wizard in the Yellow Pages. And he works with, on occasion, she's a detective at the time, is she not? Murphy.
Yeah, no, she's Sergeant, I think.
Is she Sergeant at the start?
Is Sergeant the one where she's in charge of the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Sergeant then.
From the start. Okay, that's good. Yeah, no, Murphy, badass, 5
Or is it
foot
Lieutenant?
Irish. It is Lieutenant.
It's Lieutenant.
She's Lieutenant to start with. Yeah, badass Irish blonde cop at 5 foot who can kick Dresden's ass any day of the week.
And pretty much most other thugs she encounters.
Yeah.
Right, so yes, in this book we are just getting to know Harry. He is in that stage of his life where he never seems to make enough money. He has the council breathing down his back, threatening to chop his head off.
It's basically anybody's 20s.
Yes, pretty much. And in this particular story, he kind of sets off on a double-pronged investigation, doesn't he? Because on the one hand, there's Murphy's investigation, where people are basically having their hearts exploded out of their chest with magic, sort of alien style. You know, just, it makes me cringe a bit, actually. Yummy. And on the other hand, he is trying to track down an unfortunate woman's missing husband.
Yes.
However, it soon comes to light that things aren't nearly as simple as he would like them to be. He runs into Chicago's local crime baron, Marconi.
Marconi, I love that man.
You love Marconi.
He is the best villain to ever walk the earth.
Who pays Harry to, basically stay away from the case, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Harry, being Harry, immediately says no out of pure contrariness.
In a far brutal way.
But yeah, we soon learn that, manipulating all of this behind the scenes is the Shadow Man.
Yes.
Who somehow links both cases together.
Yes.
And he is using the blackest of magic to do whatever he wants.
Spoiler alert, it's sex related.
Yes, he does use sex magic. But yeah, this is the book that starts the Dresden Files off. It introduces a lot of characters who become quite important in Harry's life.
Lots, all of them, actually.
I don't know, not a few.
A few of them end up dying off in the next few books. But no, it introduces Morgan, a White Council wizard who's on Harry's tail, wants to prove that he's guilty for something.
Because yes, before this book, in like the before bits, Harry did end up killing somebody with magic.
Yes, and at the start of this book, he has like an old god walking over him, the one that walks behind him.
Oh, right? Yeah, the outsider.
Yes.
Yeah, he has kind of remnants of that. So he comes to the beginning of this story with a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately this is a very interesting story in that regard.
Yeah.
Right, so, Lane, why do you like this book in particular?
Why do I like this book?
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I love how they drew from a lot of lore and from a lot of legend with the sex magic, actually. I think it's really well written. I think the research was done. Wow.
You love you some sex magic, don't you?
No, it was clever. It was
very clever,
He was very intelligent writing it. As well as that, like I said, I love Murphy. And I do kind of like Morgan by the end of his run in the books. So it's nice seeing him introduced when you go back to read it.
So he's an asshole, but he's our asshole.
Yes. And we get introduced to Harry Dresden's Blue Beetle, which isn't really blue anymore.
Blue Beetle.
His beautiful basement apartment.
Oh.
It's a little ground floor apartment with a basement.
Yeah,
no, it's a basement. The whole thing is a basement.
It's a basement apartment, but then it has a sub-basement.
Yeah, the basement has a basement. It's very confusing.
And we meet Susan. And
not Mouse. I'm
Mister.
tired.
We meet his cat, Mister, who is basically a miniature mountain lion in cat form.
Yes.
We meet Susan.
Susan, yes, the romantic interest of the series to start with.
Who, even when she's, not very knowledgeable about the supernatural, she proves to be surprisingly badass, doesn't she?
Yes, it's tough to say so.
And finally, I know there's somebody important we're missing.
There is. Oh, there's one that gets introduced is the wife of Shadow Man, who pops back up in a later book, does she not? Or one of the guys with Shadow Man, one of his hench ladies.
Yeah, the hench
who turns back up a long time later in the series.
I can't remember her name.
Helen, I think.
Yeah.
It's Helen, yeah. So keep an eye out for her, because she does reappear at some point.
Oh, dear me, right. Personally, why I like this book, it's the introduction for the series, so that in itself means this book meant more Dresden Files, which is, for that, I can never thank it enough.
Yeah.
But also, it does set up the series as a whole. It has a lot of kind of plot points arching off from here.
So much conflict from before, the first page.
I was going to say, Harry's gotten into trouble before the book even began.
Yeah, I feel like Jim Butcher really had his work cut out for him when he decided, I want to start a story after the main character has killed his own mentor, moved to Chicago and become a wizard in the Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
That's where I want to start this story.
Yeah, no, honestly. And in fact, going to the start of this story, the postman, when he first comes and knocks on Harry's door.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's just this moment where the postman knocks on Harry's door just to find out if he's serious or not. Because on his door, he has Harry Dresden, Wizard.
Yes.
And that pretty much sets the tone for the whole series. This book is full of magic and monsters.
And sarcasm.
And sarcasm aplenty. Oh, and Bob.
Oh, I love Bob.
I knew we were missing somebody.
Yeah. Bob is a huge character. He's great.
Which is surprising considering he's this big.
Yeah.
It's full of magic and mystery, and it really does set the tone for the investigative side of this as well as the magical side of this.
Yeah, although it does do an excellent job with the crime and the crime scenes, stuff like that. It's really the research has been done. Obviously, Butcher had some idea of how a police crime scene would work, which obviously not many people actually know realistically, because what they show on TV isn't that realistic.
Nah.
I feel like Butcher did a really good job of capturing the essence of investigation, and then he decided to make it magic, which is the best thing about the whole series.
It's very cool. Why do you like Jim Butcher in regards to this book? What bits do you think he did well?
Such a clever writer. He's just witty and sarcastic and funny, and he knows where to put the sexual overtones, and he just really, the whole way through the book and every book that comes after it, he balances the gore with the heartbreak, with the sort of romance, and the scenes that genuinely make you crack up laughing out loud. I've never had that with a book apart from John Dies at the End by David Wong. Butcher's the only other author who's ever made me laugh out loud.
Oh god, him and Susan inside the magic protection circle and the incident with his magic wand.
Yeah, I recall.
Personally, I love me a bit of magic in books, and Chicago has been filled with it. We don't see all of it in this story,
it kind of gets explored over the series.
Yeah.
And there's probably hundreds of things we never even see.
Yeah, but even still, it's a great beginning. He leverages in sort of Chicago's natural climate in the form of the storms.
Yeah.
I love the bit with the storms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just set up in such a brilliant way. And the magic system itself, works brilliantly, There is a very real limit that Harry keeps pushing against, and it makes one of the hugest parts of his personal conflict, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
With the black magic and stuff.
Well, not just that. It's also, I find a lot with Murphy and the police and doing things the legal way and being a police consultant. It really explores the challenge he has with not just doing things by magical laws, but by real laws as well. I was going to
say, there's that moment when Murphy's like, right, do this research, it'll help me catch the criminal. And he's like, I can't, it'll get my head chopped off. And she's like, that's like aiding and abetting or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so it puts a lot of conflict on him, which is a shame, because he's a good guy deep down.
He really is, just trapped between two different legal systems.
Oh, dear me. Right, favourite character from this book?
Oh, that's such a hard one.
I know.
Susan, come on. She turns into not only my second favourite after Murphy, second favourite character of the series, but in this book, she's witty, she's clever, she's a journalist, and she is good at what she does. And I like how empowered she is, and she's like completely mortal. She's not trained to fight or anything. She's just clever, and it works for her.
I was going to say, yeah, she knows how to use what she. I remember the bit where she tries to sort of get Harry to look down her top to try and distract him.
Oh, that's great. She's also, well, she appears naked, and she has some very funny moments towards the end of the book.
Does she? No, I think Harry's the one that was naked.
I'm sure she appears naked towards the end.
I don't think so.
I'm sure she does when she's outside at the end with the goblin.
No, that's definitely Harry.
Are you sure?
She turns up for a date and he's,
Yeah, no, I recall him being in a robe, but doesn't she end up drinking?
She drinks the potion and gets really randy, but she doesn't actually take her clothes off.
Okay. Well, regardless, that's the scene I'm referring to. When she's like ridiculously randy, it's a very, very funny scene.
Oh dear. For me, I think it has to go to the Shadow Man.
Oh, he's fantastic.
For a villain, he was brilliant. He was as dark as they came, and he made a perfect foil to Harry. He was, if Harry had chosen the right-hand path and gone for dark magic in a bad way.
I like that you said right-hand path. It's like either going for the government or becoming an artist.
Pretty much. He went, he is the one that he took the opposite path. He went in for black magic in the worst way possible. And, he made for such a brilliant villain.
Yeah.
He was brute force and brutality compared to Harry's, ultimately decent human nature.
Yeah, absolutely. He paralleled him in every way, and it was written so very well.
He was. Right. Why do you think people should read this book?
If I haven't given enough of a case already.
Yes, no, you must give me more reasons.
Okay, I can give you more reasons. I can definitely give you more reasons. Back to Murphy, I think. Her, as a character, Murphy and Marconi, as mortal characters who are sort of fighters, they're sort of the Harry and Susan and sort of Bianca, the vampire and stuff.
Oh.
They're all supernaturally involved in some way, whereas Murphy and Marconi are like really gritty, mortal people. They're dealing with the shit that happens in the mortal world, and they do it spectacularly. Marconi cleans up like the crime system all over Chicago and makes it his own, and Murphy learns to, I don't know, basically irritate the crap out of him, and she's about the only cop that can get around him most of the time. So they just together, I feel like they parallel really well. That not only has Butcher written very, very well sort of the supernatural half of everything, he's really written the human emotion and the conflict of people who are, oh yeah, magic's real. Like, they're struggling to believe the crazy, insane crap that comes out of Dresden's mouth 2/3 of the time.
Oh, dear me. Yeah, no, I'd agree on that. I mean, it's the beginning of an epic series. If you get hooked on Stormfront, you're going to have at least 20-odd books to get through by the time you get to the end of the series so far. And it was amazing. Yeah, it shows off brilliantly how, mundane mortal people could struggle to cope with the fact that, oh yeah, magic's real, and most of the time it's nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
Whoops. And also, at the same time, it shows off how magic is not in any way a free ticket. It is, it is something that can cost you very dearly. And Harry shows that off really well. But equally, he shows
by doing things that cost him really dearly on a regular basis.
But equally, it can be a force for good. And, he shows that off too. So
By blowing things up.
By blowing things up. He doesn't always... In fact, I don't think he blows anything up in this story.
Yes, he does. The cabin. He doesn't blow it up, but he burns it down.
No, he doesn't burn it down. That's Victor Sells. He burned it down.
Okay, mostly. But it was basically Dresden's fault. In every book, something gets destroyed and it is Dresden's fault.
I was saying, let's say, what was it? The building's on fire and it's not my fault. Right, so yes. This book is brilliant. It is the start of an epic series and we cannot recommend it enough. It has, brilliant characters that you will fall in love with over the course of this series. Dastardly villains. I like dastardly, it's a good word. And, yeah, magic.
Magic.
Just
it's
magic.
Good. It's good magic.
It's very good
written
magic. Right, I think we'll leave this one here.
Yes.
But, well, there are already several Dresden podcasts to come after this one, which you've probably already seen.
If you haven't, check them all out. And look out for in the future, because I definitely want to do Tales of the Ketty J podcast review, and I've been meaning to get you to join me for that. So keep an eye out for that. Tales of the Ketty J is another brilliant series we'll probably be reviewing in the next few weeks.
Right, we will leave you guys to it. Have a nice day.
Thanks.